One of the big issues in this year's presidential election is immigration. Former President Donald Trump is promising that if reelected, he will try to deport millions of immigrants in the U.S. illegally. And hoping to get ahead of the issue, some California elected officials are already opposing that plan. KRON 4's Charles Clifford is live for us now in Redwood City, where leaders are speaking out. Charles?
Yeah. Well, you know, in California, there are about 10 million immigrants. Roughly just over a third of those are people from Mexico. And the idea of mass deportations, forcing many of them to leave this country, well, that's receiving a lot of pushback.
We're going to have the largest deportation in the history of our country.
Former President Donald Trump has said that if reelected, he would seek to deport potentially millions of immigrants living in the U.S. illegally. On Thursday, State Senator Josh Becker and local Latino community leaders strongly condemned any plan that would involve mass deportations.
And we're today here to stand up and to make and say no to mass deportation.
They're also pointing out that we have been here before. Between 1929 and 1939, as many as 2 million Mexican and Mexican Americans were forced to leave the U.S. in what is known as the Mexican repatriation. Many of those who were deported were U.S. citizens born in the United States. In 2005, California officially apologized for the Mexican repatriation. Those opposed to another era of mass deportations say we should not allow history to repeat itself.
We will not let this happen again. We cannot let this happen again.
The words mass deportation are words that strike fear, they strike terror, they strike horror in the minds and the lives of communities like this one in North Fair Oaks and across our state and across our country.
While the former president is pushing for mass deportations, his opponent, Vice President Kamala Harris, has said that she does not support that plan and would instead pursue broad immigration reform, including changes to the asylum system and creating a pathway to citizenship for immigrants who are in the U.S. without legal status. All right, now Becker has also introduced SB 537 into the state Senate, which, if passed, would memorialize the Mexican repatriation. But for now, in Redwood City, Charles Clifford, KRON 4 News.
Charles, thank you so much.